Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of your favorite English program, The Panel. We are broadcasting live from TVT Studios here in Lomé. My name is Abigail Gainu. Today, Togo kicks off its election campaign, marking the beginning of its crucial electoral period. Elections allow citizens to exercise their right to vote and shape the direction of the nation. In today's edition, we are going to deliberate on the topic, empowering democracy, elections, and the citizens' duties, so that we can find out how citizens can uphold democratic empowerment through active participation in elections and fulfilling their civic duties. Stay tuned. Yes, indeed, to discuss the topic, our guest today is exceptional municipal councillor, Mr. Donatien Aweso. Mr. Aweso, please, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us. Let's go straight to the topic. What are elections?
Thank you for the correction. I greet the dear viewers. I'm very amazed about the new face of this program.
Thank you.
When we talk about elections, is a choice we used to do. And this choice is in an area. When we talk about community, that is, a municipal election. An area also can be a circumscription, can be a prefecture or region, and national one. We go there for this manifestation. We choose the one who can rule, who can be the leader of, the country, the circumcision, or the community. So it's a choice we used to do when we talk about election. We go to elect, that's the verb, but we go to make a choice from our hearts.
Togo, for the first time, is holding regional and legislative elections. Can you explain to us what exactly this is about?
Yeah, it's about two elections. Togo is going to have a legislative and regional one. When we talk about legislative, is to go and elect, choose those who are going to be the members of the Parliament, National Assembly for us. And this year, I guess, is 113 members of the Parliament against the former one that is 91. Right. And the regional one, those are they're going to be a regional councillor. I'm a municipal councillor. Above us now, there will be a regional councillor for the 5 regions that we have added to the Greater Lomé. There is now 6 regions. We have a Great Lomé, Maritime, Plateau, Central, Kara, and Savane. So those persons going to lead to the creation of the Senate, Senate that we'll be having very soon. Those are the election that Togo is going to have to hold very soon in some days, because the campaign has already started this Saturday.
Oh, absolutely. Before we go on with the discussions, let's take a look at this report. It gives us some insight into the importance of the regional elections taking place for the first time in our beloved country. Kwasi Glay.
Regional elections form part of the decentralization process underway in Togo. The forthcoming one are the very first regional election to be organized in the country and in the 5 regions. Voting will be according to the Decentralization Act initiated in 2019, the first since 1987. Therefore, responds to requirements of the Togolese constitution, which establishes 2 levels of local authorities in its Article 141. Regional elections are essential because councillors elected will adopt another administrative approach, that of being closer to the population, which will bring about fast development in the various regions. The task is therefore on the shoulder of the elected to ensure fairness in the realization of projects and specific programs of development to the need of their respective regions. This will help complete the ongoing political decentralization process and will allow all citizens to live in a peaceful environment and benefit from development initiatives at both social and economic levels.
Welcome back. If you have just joined us, this is the panel, and we are discussing today empowering democracy, elections, and citizens' duties. Mr. Aweso, please tell us who can vote and how can we encourage effective participation?
In Togo, the people who are allowed to vote must be age of 18. If you are 18 years old, you can vote. But first, you must possess your voting card. And I think the operation of having the census about the voting cards have already been done.
Yes.
So I guess those who possess their voting card or those who don't know where their voting card is, please go and check it because very soon you'll be needed.
Okay, what are the obligations of a good citizen before, during, and after these elections?
Yeah, dear viewers, in our constitution, we must know it that to vote is a right and a duty. And no one can obstruct you from voting. And you also, you can't be there saying that you abstain yourself without for voting. So before the voting day, we listen to the candidates, and that is what is going on.
Yes.
That is what
began
began today, the campaign. We listen to them. We listen to what they brought us, like a message.
Yeah.
Even their integrity. There are some persons, they may speak very well, but they themselves are not good persons to vote to. So we listen to them, we check about them, and we make our choice without violence, without insulting a person. When someone comes to you, if you don't want to listen to the person, just leave. Don't insult the person or don't try to beat the person. And during the process, the same behavior, we must be in peace, doing what we have to do. And at the end, we witness the counting and we get home and we wait for the central institution, that is Seni, to give us the result.
Why is it important for citizens to participate in this electoral process?
If we don't participate, that's what we used to say, if you don't go and do it, other person will do it, and you undergo it. So you citizen watching to us right here like this, you must go and express yourself in the voting poll. You must go and choose the persons who you think that are good, fair to rule the country. I'm talking about parliamentary and regionally speaking. So we must get there. Don't stay at home saying that I don't care, this is not my matter. We used to vote before, but nothing used to change. Let's continue to do it. Things will change.
Definitely. Once again, before we go on with this discussion, let's take another report. Indeed, we are in very sensitive periods and everyone has peculiar roles to play. In this report, let's find out what are some responsibilities of our political leaders and activists. Let's watch. Covering an area of about 56,600 kilometers square, the Republic of Togo has approximately 8 million inhabitants living in its territory. Across the 5 regions of the country, an observation is made in the different localities. Disparities in access to basic amenities such as potable water, electricity, education, health, and socio-economic infrastructure. Despite the numerous initiatives undertaken at the highest level, these disparities remain a major challenge to public authorities in their quest to ensure an all-inclusive development. At a time when the country is moving progressively towards a full decentralization, regional elections must be a major solution to ensure a balance in the distribution of the national resources. It is imperative for regional elections to be put in place as the needs specific to each region would be taken into consideration. This is a method of reinforcing governance as communication between the government and its people would be more effective. Inclusive local development requires, above all, the maintenance of peace and order and the culture of social cohesion. Especially at a time when we face terrorism and violent extremism, political leaders and activists have the particular responsibility to synthesize their party faithfuls. Elections are for a battle of ideas and projects and not a fist fight. The march towards a better Togo is well underway thanks to the implementation of initiatives geared towards decentralization, the regional elections. Yes, indeed, we are watching the panel and we are discussing the elections, empowering democracy, elections, and citizens' duty. Mr. Wessel, once again, thank you for being with us. What do you think of the just passed report?
Yeah, it's amazing report. I like the way the lady was saying to, keep a peaceful atmosphere during these periods. This period we should keep a peaceful atmosphere, but this peaceful atmosphere should be by all sides, not only on one side and not on other sides.
Okay, what are some of the common challenges citizens face when participating in this electoral process?
Very crucial. On that very day, I think people will be under the sun. Even we pray not to have the rain on that day. We pray for that. So they used to be under the sun and people used to be discouraged and they get back home. But let's focus on our mind that this day must be a sacrifice day. And I guess, I think the government should say that this day is off work day. I think the government should let this day to be an off work day for everyone to go and participate to the vote. People should not go to work. That's my suggestion to the government to make that April 29 an off work day. And this day is an exceptional day. Only one day in our whole life. No April 29, 2024 again. So we should be there. Even if we are under the sun, we must be there for some minutes, not some hours, because there are specific numbers of voters for every place. So on that very day, we must be on the way to sacrifice the time we use there and come back in the afternoon, look at the counting of what we have voted.
The pregnant women and the elderly?
Those who are pregnant, ladies, women and elders, when we are in the queue, we watch them coming gently. Let us leave them go and exercise their rights before us. What does it cost for us to leave an elder go and vote for 10 minutes and we'll come? This is what we call courtesy.
Absolutely. Indeed, I'm sure our leaders are listening, and hopefully that day will be made a public day for everybody to be able to vote. Well, we are in the internet world today. What role does technology have to play in all this election process?
Yeah, we know internet is like a knife with double edge. Internet builds contracts and internet can also destroy. Due to internet, some persons commit suicide. But with internet, people also get million, get billion. So with internet, we must pay attention to information that we are spreading. The information must be correct, fair, not to destroy someone, not to say rubbish on some person, because we are laws now. We will be in jail. In these moments, I don't think people will have in mind that in this moment, I will do bad things to be in jail. No. So when you are going to click on send about an information, make sure the information is verified and information is right and true.
How can we verify if the informations are true?
Yeah, in our neighborhoods, in our area, we have some persons who are well informed. When you are in an area, you may have in your family a journalist, a teacher, or I'm not saying that those persons are well informed, but if you have an information, like there is a fire somewhere, you may call the place to check whether there is a fire or not. Or even if you can get there before, sending a message, get there. And if you are on the place, you can send it to call for the rescue. Don't use the internet to destroy yourself, because when you send it, at the end, it's you who gonna be guilty.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some specific measures we can take as citizens to ensure the integrity and security of this electoral process?
Yeah, first, the first person to make sure that integrity and security is implemented in the country is the government.
Absolutely.
The government should do his parts. And I think he's doing it with the police and gendarme. A cop was is Fauzel, something like this. I don't really. Fauzel Air, something like this. Yeah, and I think they have been taught well to be courageous about in front of people to handle critical situation. And we ourselves, it's not a moment to insult each others because we don't love or we don't like a political party or someone who is coming to ask for our voice. We must pay attention to words we are going to go out from our mouth, what we are going to send. So we ourselves, we must commit ourselves in integrity, not talking rubbish on a person, because the person also possesses a family. The person also is like ourselves. So imagine that if this thing is being done to myself, how am I going to feel? How am I going to behave? So let's behave.
What do we do in a situation where the leaders are the one pushing the grassroots citizens to go and fight? What do we do as the citizens?
Yeah, I don't think a leader can push someone to go and fight or to go and destroy something. Right. You know, when there are some manifestation, if there is no provocation coming from somewhere, I don't think people will go and I can't go outside with a hammer in my hands, or carrying stone from my house, going to destroy something. But if this come, we citizens, especially leaders, they must know that they will. The consequences will come back on their heads. So they should be the person who should advise or speak to their followers to behave well. Otherwise, when they will leave, it's you yourself, it's you that the Ministry of Interior, that is now collectivity, or the Ministry of Interior or Security will call. Yes. And it's you who gonna pay. So let's behave well, and let's pay attention for those who got bad minds to go and do bad things, to bring it, to say that I am sent by someone. Indeed, the person was not sent. The person has only done bad things to put it on the back of someone to create him problem. We must pay attention to all those things.
How can citizens effectively hold their elected persons accountable?
Yeah, at the end, by 3 p.m., 3 or 4 p.m. like this, if you have already votes during the morning, you must come back. You must come back to watch the counting, what we call in French dépouillement. You must come back. Don't stay at home. I've already voted. It's finished. It's like you saw a seed in the ground. Come back to see whether the seeds have already emerged or not. So we ourselves, it's we who must be the guard of our voice.
Absolutely. Well, as a municipal councillor, Mr. Aboiso, what do you think about the ongoing electoral process, especially today where the campaigns have already started? On my way here coming, there was a lot of cars, they were honing. What do you think? What is your thought?
I think in the coming years, 5 and 10, this moment should be a celebration.
Absolutely.
Like some countries just beside us, this moment must be a celebration moment. not a moment where people should be, I mean, frustrated by the right side or the left side. This moment, we must pay attention on streets, on roads, now to come back. I can't go on a campaign and come back with accidents because some young men or young ladies, especially young men, some young men used to drive carelessly or get on a car and do rubbish things. But I think people are much more clever and much more intelligent right now.
All right. What advice do you have for our viewers on the impacts their actions have?
The impacts that we voters we must have in this process is that we must go to vote. I said it early that voting is a right and a duty. We must involve ourselves. Please don't say, I don't want to vote. I've just done my voting card for novice. It's not only for novice or for microfinance that you should have done your voting card. Go and make your choice. You also, your voice can change something. Imagine it lacks only your voice for a change and you refuse. You are guilty. So no abstention, no boycott, no saying no, but yes saying yes.
Well, should I ask for your final words? What are your final words?
My final words is to greet all Togolese and all people living on Togo soil. I greet everyone who used to follow us and give us advice after our shows, our broadcasts. And I greet you also. I thank you,
for
the
much.
invitation. I greet all the mother channel, TVT, and safe election, regional, legislative, and regional election 2024. And at the end, we must all laugh and we must all smile. And Togo should progress on, and we should build our nation that we are willing to build.
Yes, indeed, we should build our nation on what we really want indeed. On that note, we bring today's edition of your favorite show, The Panel, to an end. Continue to stay tuned to your mother channel, TVT. Continue to follow our programs. And remember to keep the peace. Peace is what we need for a better future. Peace and stability. Indeed. Thank you so much. Goodbye.